Hi everyone, my name is Jenny Zhang. I'm so honored to be here, and good news, we just won the second place of the pitch contest of us nearby. Yeah, so we are working on our smart technology for last mile endpoint network. So we really think in the future, everyone should own their travelable mailbox all through the city. The delivery will be very smooth and everyone will be happy with it, not just like current days. And my background is computer science, and I have done a lot of engineering before, and right now I'm the entrepreneur. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, Jenny.
Good afternoon, everyone. Very happy to be here today. Join this panel to discuss exciting realm of smart cities, IoT technology, and digital transformation. I'm very happy when you give me a few minutes. Allow me to introduce myself and my background. I have many years of experience in engineering, marketing, sales, and business development in the dynamic industries of semiconductors and IoT. As a primary founder and CEO of Clara, a Silicon Valley-based company, I have had the privilege of leading a team that constantly push the boundary of innovation. This company started as a leading provider of wide communication technology. However, our journey has taken us far beyond our initial focus. Over the past 4 years, we have established this wonderful partnership with Qualcomm. And we also built a thriving ecosystem, collaborating with more than 200 exceptional solution providers who share the same passion of us, delivering customer the best cutting-edge solutions. This collaboration actually allows us to dramatically expand our offerings from various AIoT solutions to 4G, 5G private network total system, and various cloud-based platforms. So today, through collaboration, we are able to enable enterprises to simplify their digital transformation. At Clara, we do believe that digital solutions holds tremendous future, and I'm very happy to be here with you, hopefully through this panel discussion, and we can share our thoughts. And the most important part is we are still looking for great partners working with us so we can win together. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chen. Yeah, why don't you hold the microphone? Cliff.
My name is Cliff Chan. I am the head of marketing for a company local in Fremont called Leopard Imaging. And we've been making camera products since 2008. And before I joined Leopard Imaging, I've been in the imaging business almost over 20 years now. So I have seen camera from being a very low resolution of QVGA to now, hundreds of megapixels of resolutions. Also from a dumb camera now is to a smart camera. And the application for smart visions has evolved into so many usages, from a day-to-day security camera to a very elaborate, smart city use cases, infrastructures. So the potentials of vision-based IoT is very enormous. So also, I'll talk about what are some of the the histories as well as the evolutions of intelligent visions in my talk later today in these events. So thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I am actually a little bit different than the other people here today. I'm more coming from a startup, early stage startup investor side. So I'm with Network VC, and at the same time, I'm sitting on the jury committee of European Union's Star Ventures Smart Cities Startup Innovation Challenge. So then I've been, getting involved with a lot of different aspects of smart city for a few years now. So, yeah, thank you.
You can hold on. Well, thank you for the view. So my question will be from your perspective. No, I don't. From I would like to have each of you share your perspectives about where you see the opportunities with smart cities relating to the technologies you are providing, or where you see the cities or the industrials or the consumers actually targeting for smart city development, and in that respect, quite broad aspects of your view about the smart cities. But also another important factor is who are the ones really driving for the smart city deployments. Jenny?
Okay, I guess I can start first then. I think, smart city, a lot of technology companies and also cities around the world have been, pushing technologies into smart city for quite some time now. And I think, in fact, right, today, already, right, a lot of the device, also like technology, software, hardware already been deployed into smart city, right? So if you look at it, like, for example, for higher end appliance, right? So for example, even oven, refrigerator, like security, home security system or commercial security system, they already connected, and then there's like, all sorts of, technology being already deployed. And then also, for example, right, for the, macro side, because of the pandemic, it kind of, turbocharged telemedicine. And then also, with the challenge of climate change, and there's a lot of opportunities in that area for innovations, for technology to help us to reduce, right, or maybe prepare the adverse effect of the climate change. So the opportunity is enormous, and I think that, almost like, in our daily life, nothing actually is disconnected from smart cities from this point on.
So, for the SVCs, if any of the audiences wanted to raise money from a VC, where do you see, what kind of investment portfolios companies are you looking for? You would like to put your money into it?
Okay, so again, there's like tons of opportunity, right? So for example, nowadays generative AI is a very hot topic, and then actually there's a lot of opportunity. You can integrate the generative AI technology into a certain segment of the industry, right? It could be, again, it basically can be anything. Like for us, we always look for something that has a high impact, something that really innovative, and then a deep tech, right? So the key is that because it's such a wide area, so it's hard to pinpoint to one specific area. But then I think basically is that you have a solution, for a huge problem. That usually that's what we're looking at.
Thank you for that. Yiqing?
Yeah, and throughout my career, I have witnessed the first-hand transformative power of technology and its capability to shape the world around us. For smart cities, and everybody talking about many different technologies and solutions, there's so many startups or big companies striving for how to deliver solutions and technology, hardware, software, and you can name it. Right now it's 5G and edge computing and renewable energy, etc. However, in my opinion, technology is not the issue for the moment. The most important part from our experience is how to identify the right applications, how to solve the pain points for those customers. Because customers, they not come to you just because you have fancy advantage or technology, right? They're more looking at how to solve their pain points and how to improve their productivity, efficiency, and reduce the cost. I think that's something we should really look at. Because I've been in technology for this industry for so many years, and it started from like a communication network, smart home, fiber to home. I could be the very first few people to start pushing fiber to home. So all I'm saying is, given so many technologies, 5G, 4G, and AI, all those kind of things. And the important part is, as I mentioned, how to find the right solution to resolve the problems and then be accepted by customers. Maybe this is something, the most important part for today, for the technology companies like us and also like many of you guys. That's what I want to comment. Thank you.
Good point. Cliff? It's open.
Okay, first of all, smart city, what is smart city? It's like, what are the applications? There's so many of them. Okay, smart city is part of IoT. So IoT is so broad. We have to narrow down into different things. Okay, smart city to us, or at least to me, is about building smart infrastructures, and with that, how to make our day-to-day life better. Okay, long time ago, the first things that people would think about smart city, let's build surveillance network. Okay, so you have surveillance camera all over the city, and that kind of like ensure citizens' safety. And then as the technologies continues to evolve, now we have better network from 2G, 2.5G to 5G now, or even to 6G soon. Also, Wi-Fi. It's like we have the rudimentary Wi-Fi a long time ago. Now it's like Wi-Fi 5, Wi-Fi 6. So technology is getting better and better. So that means making smart infrastructures will be more and more feasible to build a true smart city. So within smart city, okay, what are we building? Actually, it's about automations. Okay, like you can have a network of surveillance cameras, but with AI infused, then you don't even need humans to monitor, and you have network of infrastructures like robo-taxis. So this is autonomous. So you don't need humans to be involved. And then there are so many things you can do with smart city. Also, before we get everything fully automated, we can build a vehicle to infrastructure type of smart city, where you have using the new network capability and visions, you can monitor traffics, you can communicate with each cars, and you can regulate all the cars going on the road. So I think that's what smart city is about. How to make our day-to-day life much simpler.
Thank you, Kev. Jenny, what do you think?
Yeah, so speaking of smart city, I think we are missing one important thing, last mile. So think how much money you pay for DoorDash delivery right now. I order like $12 to $13 like a meal. So when I get home, it's $30, right? So I think we're building a network. In the future, maybe it will cut down, like say, to $1 to $5. So that's the smart endpoint network we are building for the last mile to automate the last mile delivery network. So this is one thing that people care about. Second thing, I think a smart city, just think about the online and offline. So there's a big gap opening in the last mile delivery, this part. So in the last mile delivery, like there's several important things, like Box Nearby has first putting into a patent, like say travelable mailbox idea, because we're going to get the patent maybe within 2 or 3 weeks for this first idea. For several years, the patent officer come with us, for discussion for many times. So finally, they agreed to grant us the first patent. So I think in the future, like for the, because I want to speak one number, people will understand why we are working on this area. So let's say a package from New York shipping to your home is $20, but the last mile from the last UPS station to your home is 53% of the cost. So this is a big thing, and totally market right now we calculate as $30 billion. How do we automate this last mile? That's a big task for startup to think about. Yeah, so that's my understanding of the smart city. It has to be, logistically smart enough.
Yeah, interesting comments about, we used to talk about last mile, meaning the communications from your central office to your home. Now, since then, the last mile concept has been expanded into just about every single applications, every industrial. So from a centralized local location to each individual person or household or anyway become more and more challenging while everyone is so mobile and traveling around the world. And that becomes very challenging if I'm traveling in Europe, in Asia. How do you deliver the thing to me when I'm not at the home regions? Another question for each of you would be, what do you think is the key success factor in order to win your customers? Who wants to start?
I would like to say, like from this time when we're talking to Ranch 99, I think when you need to give them the vision about your product and the solution, it's not just to solve their current problem. You're going to solve all the rest of things they are thinking about it. So you are thinking ahead of your customer, and the customer will love you. So that's my feedback.
I don't know if anyone is familiar with your Ranch 99 story. Can you elaborate a little bit more about the background?
So our company started with hardware like smart locker. So then we try to build a smart locker network. So, but the company pivoted several times. So one of the important, but we are just building the same network. One of our solutions is use our smart locker plus our cloud technology to help enterprise to do the automation for, let's say, Ranch 99 has a daily, people buy, the food there. So then there's a lot of online delivery coming and a lot of driver coming back and forth. So then they have to have one person waiting there forever to say, hey, you are coming, I'll give you these things. But right now we use our smart technology to do the automation. So the locker will help just replace one labor in there. in a smart kitchen like Salttalk, we provide the same solution. So that our network can go to a lot of enterprise like this network and provide the automated solution to not replace, well, it kind of replaces labor, but because the labor market is so tight, like last several years. And also it helps them reduce the error. You know, a lot of errors because sometimes one driver coming so rush, they just pick up one item from the shelf. So then everything, you know, the customer is not happy, they drop the customers. So that's why we are bringing automation to the industry. So that's one of our solutions. And this solution is not, it's actually with the same picture of our big picture, because we are building a global like a platform. Anyway, we're starting from enterprise. Yeah, that's it.
What's the technology?
Oh, the technology is like we have a SaaS network, so that we can have different endpoint, like smart locker endpoint and web, like in Mama Pop Shop, it's just like iPad has our software. So then all the because this network we connect with the cloud, with like post machine, right? So the delivery people can just get into the endpoint like locker or like a Mama Pop Shop and scan the thing, say, hey, this thing is here. Then send a notification to the driver or the other party so that they can come pick up. So this, we try to build this big network, yeah, for everyone and enterprise.
Okay, so in our case, again, like there's like tons of opportunity out there, right? So even today, we see this like in this hall, right? You see the robots like rolling around to deliver like food or whatever, right? So with the aging population, right? With the labor shortage, whatever robotics solution that you can come up with to automate, all kinds of things, like you can have a pretty good opportunity. People now is basically for factory, right? People talking about dark factory, right? So basically used to, let's say you used to have like 1,000 workers, now how you can reduce it to maybe 100, right? And then it's only have like a handful of engineers at the control, at the control room, and controlling everything. So again, the key thing again is like, do you have something really right solving a big problem that the customer have, and then at the same time you need to provide a good price performance ratio, right? The price performance ratio doesn't mean that you need to sell something cheap, right? So if you provide premium services and then the customer feel like that whatever you provide, right, is actually worth the money, you can actually have a very healthy, good profit margin also. So again, key thing is like, do you have something that you can satisfy customer's need? And then the best is like you can your customer can just sit back and do nothing, and then you help them to solve all the problems.
Yeah. So I fully agree with you. When you sell products, you don't have to offer the lowest cost of the product. The most important part is if this solution is valuable to the customer. So regarding how to win customers, from our side, we've been through lots of struggles, how to win customers in smart cities. And then we figure out, because most time, and if you have customer, they have issues and they want to use IoT technology to solve or address those problems. However, as everybody is aware of, today IoT is very fragmented. In order to put together a valuable solution, you need hardware and software, and also you need to understand the know-how of this specific industry. So that's why what we're doing is, as I mentioned, because we are really collaborating with so many partners together we try to put a puzzle together. Then we can really offer a cloud-based end-to-end total solution to the end customer. The good part about that one is they don't need to worry about the missing part. So you can quickly speed up the process to engage with them. At the same time, and because we are really careful about how to introduce the right technology to the solution. For instance, everybody talking about 5G and 4G today. CBRS is very hot. Why using 5G? Why not Wi-Fi? So for customer perspective, they need to understand why Wi-Fi and CBRS, private networking, instead of Wi-Fi for the 5G instead of Wi-Fi for smart warehouse. The reason is 5G can address tons of devices, right? For instance, autonomous mobile robots, if you use Wi-Fi in a big range of warehouse, and you have so many coverage issue and handover issue and a long latency, simply you cannot enable the robots to perform the most efficient performance in the warehouse. So when you come up with a complete total solution, then you can convince customer, forget about the Wi-Fi and let's use 5G, private network. The same thing is 5G cannot do everything. It doesn't mean that 5G can solve all the problems. Like sometimes for narrowband technology could be a very good fit for this specific environment. For instance, that Australian company, they provide the LoRaWAN technology for people counting. That's the most beautiful solution I have seen so far. What I'm saying is, winning customer is we need to understand technology, and we also need to learn how to work with the others, because we cannot do things by ourselves. So collaboration, cooperation is something very, very important. We do get benefit from there and from that direction, and so that's why today I'm more like learn from you guys, and hopefully we can establish this partnership so we can work together. That's what I want to say. Thank you.
Yeah, either fortunately or unfortunately, individual contributor to take over the world is no longer there. So partnership becomes more and more important. Almost today, just about anywhere, there's no way you can actually win something without partnering with other business or people together. And I think in that respect, I really expect the roles with the venture capital industries, because they are kind of the glue to glue people together, to bring the partnerships together, and to push for particular technologies with other supporting technologies as well together. So VC has been playing an important role in my past 20-some years experience, and they are really the force behind the thinking driving technologies. Clear?
Yeah, I actually would like to add something. I mean, that's why the word like friendly is very popular these days, right? You look at like one good example, right? Like Apple and Samsung, right? Right? They are partners, right? But then at the same time they are competitors, right? So Samsung they make a lot of they're one of the leader in memory chips, right? So there's no way that you can avoid that buying zero memory chip from Samsung, for example, right? But at the same time, right, they competing.
Exactly.
So that's the only way you can survive.
Yeah, good point. Good.
For success factor for us is that we at Leopard, we're more of a smart vision, smart camera ODMs. So for our customers, our success factors is to use the best available technology and also affordable technology to build a total solutions. So our customers can use it to compete in the marketplace, and then also ensuring that we can ramp from 0 to 100 miles at no time. So because that's part of emerging application or emerging business. So there's a lot of unpredictability in the marketplace. So having also strong supply chains and partnership with the ecosystem and suppliers can help our customers to be successful.
Thank you. My last question to the panelists is, where do you see the opportunities that the market growth for the next 3, 5, even to 10 years in smart cities in terms of IoT technology applications? Cliff, since you are the keynote speakers, let you speak if you want to use your PowerPoint.
Oh.
It's up to you.
Okay. So first of all, my name is Cliff again. So I'm the head of marketing, and today my keynote speech is about applying intelligent visions on the edge AI. So smart city actually, is part of what we can deploy as edge AI. And a little bit background on Leopard Imaging. We've been doing design and manufacturing of vision products since 2008, and we can make camera here in the U.S. as well as offshore. And we're Silicon Valley-based company. Actually, we're located near here at Fremont. So our business model is to provide a one-stop shop, from helping customer proof of concept all the way to customization and final productions. Okay, so today I want to talk about a little bit about the history of intelligent missions and how it relates to or enable to the edge AI, and then also talk about how edge AI evolved over the years, and then some of the leading solutions today, and some of the use cases that we have experienced that we have worked with, and then final thoughts about the topics. So first of all, it's a pretty complex chart, but on the left axis is about the power of AI, how it starts and how it evolved over the years. In the early days, like back in 2010, I'm not sure you guys remember, there's a SoC system, processors from TI called Da Vinci. That was one of the early days CPU had embedded intelligence built in. And if you use the technology term as today to measure the AI acceleration, we call it TOPS, like tera operation per second. When you interpret that, the early days CPUs is probably only 0.1, 0.2 TOPS max. Not a whole lot you can do, but at that time it was very advanced. People say, "Wow, we can do motion detections, we can do some tracking or things like that." At Leopard Imaging, actually, we were one of the first system integrator using the TI Da Vinci chip to start building camera products for at that time we call it even smart surveillance. And later, maybe around 2017, NVIDIA has a embedded processor called TX2. It's part of the Jetson family. So everybody was amazed. Wow, it can do over TOPS of AI accelerations. That was state of the art. Now with that much accelerations, we can do a lot of things. But the AI software continue to evolve. Several TOPS is not enough. So and there are more and more chip makers continue to make better and better hardware, and then also the process technology enabled by chip foundry like TSMC or Intel also were able to shrink the process diametry, and now they could pack more and more silicon into a small area. So there are new generations. Because of that, there are new generations of AI processors came about in 2018 and 2019. In parallel, there was also the AI just like erupted during those times. Like everybody was talking about AI. Of course, today even more because of ChatGPT. But back in 2018 and 19, there are a company that dedicated to do AI acceleration, like a company we work with called Halo from Israel. Or, NVIDIA came out with the Xavier, and that was the most powerful embedded platform at that time for edge AI solutions. And I think that was about 32 TOPS. But then, wow, that was miles and miles of difference. We can do a lot more things with it. Of course, the AI requirements continue to evolve. 32 TOPS is not enough. So what's next? Then came 2022. NVIDIA came out with AGX Orin. That's 275 TOPS, which is kind of like hockey stick, over just 2 years in terms of accelerations. And we think that's enough. Of course, that's still not enough, because especially when you do embedded visions, the resolutions continue to increase. So on the right axis, you see a lot of embedded visions. I'm not talking about cell phone, right? Cell phone is on its own beast. But just regular industrial type of commercial application of visions. So it started with 720p HD, and then evolved into 1080p. And then now 1080p, now we want higher dynamic range. And then after that, let's go to 4K. And then after 4K, let's go to 4K with high dynamic range. And now, people are already talking about 8K of resolutions for commercial and industrial usage. So with that much visual data need to be processed, on top of it, you have to do all the AIs. 275 TOPS is not enough, but we know the processor continue to evolve, the process technology continue to shrink, so that means we can pack more and more circuits into a single chips. So I would see probably next year or 2 years from now, we probably will double the density and double the AI accelerations. So a little bit about how people use edge AI back in 2010 and now, some of the things, the applications or what our customers are doing to fully utilize all the AI solutions. So back in 2010, we can do a little bit of people counting. We can, track, traffic crossing a virtual tripwire, or we can do motion detections. That's all about what AI could do back in 2010. But now we have customers using AI and embedded visions to do autonomous machinery, like floor cleaning robots with inventory management checking system, all at the same time, as well as doing facial recognitions, emotion detections, or of course the automotive industry make the autonomous driving famous. That's also a very big AI applications. So what are some of those leading intelligent vision solutions for edge AI today? So there are different segmentations and different class of products for different markets. So if you want ultra low power, meaning that if it's a battery operated devices like a doorbell camera or anything that no tether wires. There are ultra power or low power solutions you can use from like OmniVision or from even Sony has a new type of sensor with everything embedded, AI, image processing on a single sensors. That's also is a new technology and new breakthrough for the marketplace. And then for some of the entry level camera, you can use NVIDIA Nano processors coupled with camera, or dedicated AI accelerator from Halo, or Umbrella type of CV processors. And then moving to more I'd say AI compute required. You have mid-end solution with Xavier. You have higher acceleration chipset from Umbrella, like CV2 processors, or Qualcomm dedicated industrial processor called RB5. And of course, today for embedded edge computing, the AGX Orin family is the highest performing camera available in the market today. So what are some of the use cases with intelligent visions at the edge AI? So we can all start with autonomous vehicles. So everybody is investing in the autonomous vehicles, and it can apply to autonomous passenger car, last mile delivery, or autonomous delivery trucks. But the purpose of it is to automate the delivery, or the moving human or object from point A to point B. And then also you can apply intelligent missions in supply chain to make logistics more and more automated, as well as inspections of incoming materials, running the whole production lines. Also using embedded visions and AI to run the autonomous moving robot to move boxes around within the factory, or the crates of everything. And then deliver, also using autonomous vehicles to deliver the products to the retail store. And then at the retail store, now is evolving to be smart retail. So smart retail, example would be the, like Amazon, cashless stores. So that was one of the, pilot program that Amazon is working on. And then also, using either drones or last mile deliver vehicles to deliver end products to a household. So here's some of the final thoughts about these intelligent missions and edge AI. So automotive actually is a huge market, huge consumer of such solutions. Everybody now has autonomous driving projects working on, and then after automotive will be automations, especially factory automations, where more and more companies require more automations, and not just for productivity, but also for a lot of social factors and geographical reasons as well. And the applications of intelligent missions in automation is enormous. It's up to our imaginations. Everything can be automated. Of course, there's IoT, there's AI-enabled IoT. Smart city, is one of the segments within this vast, market potentials. So that's why, our business model pretty much we are focusing building solutions and help customers to in autonomous driving, autonomous drones, autonomous last mile delivery, edge computing, factory automation, and so on and so on. The market, we focus, evolve around these three big segments, and of course we'll break down into autonomous vehicles, industrial, including the agriculture technology. So we're also seeing a huge uptick into automating agriculture machineries by applying vision systems. Of course, there's robotics, drones, and even aerospace. So for Edge AI, there's a lot of projects in like smart city, smart building, smart home, and smart retail. They all have their own unique challenges as well as problems to be solved. But that's what makes it interesting. So here are some of those solutions. Edge AI solution, we have designed like robotaxi, which automate people, transport, intelligent farming, autonomous cleaning robots, autonomous inventory management robot, autonomous drones, AI-enabled delivery van, and also within automotive, like driver monitoring systems. And we're also very big in making 2D, 3D stereoscopic systems, because using stereo camera, just like adding human visions to the machines. So, in conclusion, at Leopard, we are basically has very deep knowledge in terms of embedded visions, from optic size to image processing side. And then we also work extensively with all the key AI platform partners, and then also vision-based AI algorithms and manufacturing to create differentiated products for our customers. And as a wrap, we're silicon-based company. We're factory both here and in China, and then we have R&D, not just in China but also here in the U.S. as well. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's give Clara another big round of applause. Any of our other panelists would like to add anything? Yichen?
Yeah, thank you for the very impressive presentation.
Yeah, it covers a lot of.
Yeah, sounds like you have lots of great technologies. I think today when we look at all those autonomous driving and Zoom application, AR, VR, and also AI-based camera applications. And then you can find something very interesting, because different countries or different market segment, they all need this kind of technologies and applications. However, there are some variance and difference. For instance, like in Indonesia, they're more into smart manufacturing because they're building up lots of new factories. And for Latin American people, they're more focusing on how to make their smart mining digital. And in US, when we look at the smart city in US, I do believe that there are so many things we can do. In a smart city, just a start. What I'm saying is, when we're talking about most advanced technologies, the important part is how to develop a solution that is simple, easy to deploy, and also sustainable. Simplification going to play a very important role for customer acceptance for those solutions in smart cities. So this is something we need to think about how to penetrate the market, how to satisfy the customer needs, and how to make great success together. So this is my comment. Thank you.
Thank you, Chen.
Yeah. I think definitely the next big opportunity is how we use technology to fight climate change, right, for cities. So nowadays a lot of technology goes into what we call the prop tech, right? Is basically related to constructions, buildings, and smart cement, and also how you mitigate risk of Wi-Fi or like flooding and that kind of things. So that will be, I think, going forward. Definitely technology applied to smart city to fight the climate change, and also clean tech is going to have enormous opportunities.
Jenny?
Yes, I was listening the impressive presentation, and I think all smart cities technology are related to each other. For example, our network. Yes, we put the device outside in Cupertino's and say, yes, we need a network, LTE, everything to be working. And after we build the last mile of the endpoint, smart endpoint, so autonomous driving can connect with our endpoint. And also I heard Elon Musk is building all the robot and with arms. So that they can have the smart delivery into the locker and autonomous driving getting there. And in people's a commercial complex, so then they can just hire one robot as a serving robot. So I hate to see the big trucks hurling around my neighborhood every day, FedEx, UPS, and all the kids are playing outside, but so big truck, even they're not big, make one circle, they make 5 circles in my neighborhood. I mean, how dangerous it is. So that's why I was saying in the future, all smart city technology can work together and become a really smart technology. Like the cameras, the AI cameras have to see something, right? So really impressive. Thank you for the presentation. Yeah.
Thank you, Jenny. Anyone from our audience have any questions or comments or views? Anything, David?
Yeah, so just one, yeah. So about Clifford's presentation. So you look at autonomous driving, right? You're using.
I think you probably need to repeat it. Couldn't hear you.
So regarding Clifford's presentation, so I was just asking about the autonomous driving, that you're using camera, but also there are a bunch of people using LiDAR for autonomous driving. So what do you see those two technologies competing against each other or working together?
Okay, to really make autonomous driving work, you don't just need camera, you need multiple modality for complementary technology and redundancy. Okay, because each technology has its pros and cons. Okay, cameras does not work too well at night. Okay, LiDAR can give you a 3D mapping, but then just like camera, it has problem at night too, and then also reflections. That's why they also add radar and ultrasonics. So to make autonomous driving really happen, you need all this to be together and fully integrated. And then that's just to make the vehicles move by itself. But then another very, very difficult situation is mixed driving. So to really make autonomous driving happen for real, is that you need to have a dedicated autonomous driving lane. Because without that, autonomous car will always get cut by the car that is not autonomous. So you never go anywhere. And then also there's a huge insurance implications with autonomous driving. as well. So there, that's why autonomous driving right now is not really happening on the main road, but it's actually happening in private road. So we're seeing companies making autonomous vehicles for private road usage. So you have dedicated area, and you're not regulated by the government, and then you have much less liabilities. So.
Anyone else? Any questions? Any comments?
And I'd like to add some comment regarding autonomous driving application, because as you mentioned, for those regulations actually makes it very difficult for autonomous driving in the city today. However, there are some very good application scenarios, for instance, mining, open pit mining area, like factories. Right? In factories, you can use autonomous driving. That's sort of easier. And some of the projects I've seen is okay, because we are working with our partners for smart airport. I think those areas could be the first area to start autonomous driving. And regarding drone, I do see the value to use drone. I think people all the time talking about the drones are very too expensive. However, in some of the scenarios or applications, a drone is very, very important. For instance, for those open pit mining, right? For the safety sake, we need to monitor this landslide, whether the slope stability is good, and because it's something very important for workers' safety. There are many application scenarios we can use drone and autonomous driving today. So this is a comment I'd like to.
Thank you. Any other comments, questions? Now, let's thank all panelists and for sharing their views and experience. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
The next panel is transportation and the EV.